Hi, this is Dave Philippi with FabCAD, and we believe that we have many new features in our new FabCAD 2022 that I think you'll find appealing and you may choose to upgrade. So let's go take a look at some of the new features. We'll start with the start page first. They've changed it so you have a lot more preview panels available to you. You can also go with the list because they did away with that great big start drawing button, and you just click new to get to the drawing screen. Now, if you have multiple monitors, you could probably like this. This will be another good reason to upgrade. We now have floating drawing tabs. So you click on the tab and you can just drag it over to the other monitor or monitors if you have more than two. Okay, that's a little slick little object right there. We've also added a couple of new commands. One command is called count. So I'm going to type that in, C-O-U-N-T, enter. And what it does, if you're doing a custom job, it'll count all the blocks. Now, you know in an AutoRail program, if AutoRail draws it, it automatically will count the blocks for you. But if you're not doing that, you can just take a look at, and it gives you all the block lists, the names, and how many they are, and you can click on each one to see which ones are which. That's one cool thing. The other cool thing is that if you make modifications, so I'm going to copy some of these blocks here. Okay. Now this number here changed. I'm going to do an undo. Watch the bottom line, 685. So undo it. It was 26. When I redo it, it's 34. So it automatically updates anything that you do with these blocks. If you explode one of these blocks, it's going to tell you what's going on here. So if I hit that one and explode it, you get a little message saying, hey, you got a little deal going on here. You got one exploded block, and here are all your other ones. Now I'm going to go ahead and erase all these. And when you're done with everything you're doing for the work, you can go in and click on all these items and insert a table. That's cool. So everything's right there. So that's the count command. The other command is an AutoRail command. It's called setfolder. So I go back here, I click on this, and this is real helpful if you have multiple users and you want to put all of your AutoRail data on a server. So you copy those files and put them into the server, and then you set that folder from each computer so that all the data is saved in the same folder. Everybody is working from the same files. So I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to change folders. You could also, if you work in Imperial and you need to switch to metric for an offshore job, you can choose our millimeter section here, and all the AutoRail data will come out in metric, or vice versa. If you're working in metric, you can switch to regular AutoRail, and that'll bring you to the Imperial. So I click OK there, and I click OK. And I don't want to go there. I want to go. Let me switch here. Go here. Click AutoRail. Click OK. And it says automatically asks you if you want to import the settings, and you do. So I click yes, and now you have updated files, and everything is located where you want to set it. Neat little feature there we've added, made it a lot simpler. Another thing we've added is some options on the intermediate posts and intermediate verticals for gate. So let me just start with this first. So I'm just going to load this template here. When I go to members, sometimes there's confusion. I get a lot of calls on how do you get rid of the intermediate post, and we just say, well, increase your post spacing longer than the railing. Well, all you have to do is just uncheck the box if you don't want an intermediate post, and it won't draw it. So I click draw, and then when I get this, I'm going to build a railing with no intermediate posts in it. Okay, just to simplify things a little bit. Same on the stair rail, we modified it a little bit that way. What we did here was modified the command line. So when I click draw, it says at the bottom here, if there are no additional posts, click enter to continue. There's been some confusion about that, so now you just hit enter if you don't want an intermediate post there. Same thing there, and then it'll draw it without the intermediate post. Now in the gate program, let me click on that and let's import a template there. We have, let's do it for cantilever gates particularly. You'll notice in the members section now we have an intermediate rail, vertical. and you can set the spacing any way you want on that. So when I click draw, and I draw this gate, you'll notice that it's got larger intermediate verticals, and then the pickets are spaced evenly in between. Saves you a lot of extra time in laying this out. Really helpful if you're dealing with horizontal members. I know we have a lot of our customers in Australia that build a lot of gates with horizontal members. So we've added, I'll switch it here, go back to gate, and we'll import a template, call it cantilever, and we'll load that. And we'll just draw it so you can see what it does. So it comes in here and it puts the intermediate pieces in on the louver gates. Okay, that's slick or what? Saves you a lot of time there. Makes a nice looking gate with all your intermediate verticals to strengthen it for when you're doing large cantilever type fabrications. For those of you with older versions, we have created a lot of features in our 2021 version, particularly when it comes to the behavior of the pickets versus your intermediate, your secondary top and secondary bottom rails. So if I go and click members here, you'll notice on the vertical pickets I have an option here to stop the railing at the intermediate secondary bottom bar. You see where it says it there, to secondary rail, top or bottom. You can do both, either or. Anyway, I'm just going to click OK there and draw this, and it just basically sets the gate to stop at the intermediate rather than going all the way down. We've also added the capability of creating a rail with alternating short pickets. So let me just bring one of those in here. So in the members tab again, when you go to the pickets, you can add alternating short pickets. You can add spindles to them, like for puppy gates, puppy picket gates, and various fabrications like that. So when I draw this, comes in looking like this, with the alternating short pickets. A lot of customization added to the AutoRail program. And if you have older versions, you notice that dialog boxes have changed quite a bit. They have tabs at the top, so if you just go in and import a template, no matter what it is, when you load you can go straight to draw after you've changed your length. I'll change it to 12 feet, and then we'll just draw it. And you go straight to the drawing screen. Makes things move a whole lot faster. We've also done a lot of back office improvements and bug fixes, make things work a little faster. You notice the program's a whole lot more stable than it used to be in the past. So if you get any other questions, you can just email us or call us at info@fabcad.com or 800-255-9032. Like to hear from you. Take care. Bye.